and the seas. He's in control of everything, of all creatures great and small. He knows my name, every step that I take, every move that I make, every tear that I cry. He knows my name when I'm overwhelmed by the pain. Can't see the light of day. I know I'll be just fine. He knows my name. I don't know what tomorrow will bring. I can't tell you what's in store. I don't know a lot of things. I don't have all the answers to the questions of a life, but I know in whom I have believed. He knows my name, every step that I take, every move that I make, every tear that I cry. And he knows my name when I'm overwhelmed by the pain. Can't see the light of day. I know I'll be just fine. 'Cause he knows my name, every step that I take, every move that I make, every tear that I cry. And he knows my name when I'm overwhelmed by the pain. Can't see the light of day. I know I'll be just fine. 'Cause he knows my name.
Amen.
All right, we're going to let them give a few testimonies. Had a wonderful year this year. I think we had 26 or 27 teens go with us. I probably should know the exact number, shouldn't I? I was thinking that. We got on the bus to leave, and I'm like counting. I was like, this doesn't look right. Are we missing somebody? I don't know. So they might still be up there. I'm not sure where they're at. But it's one of the larger groups we've ever taken. And I was super impressed with how they just behaved. And what I think I was impressed with, I was most impressed with the way they listened and responded to the messages throughout the week. And I was just proud to be their youth pastor with them, listening and taking notes and doing as well as they did with that. But we'll have them come and give some testimonies. I have two on video, don't we? Do we have those? All right, we have two on video. We'll get those in here. But had a couple of girls that couldn't be here tonight, but they sent us a video, so I thought that was great. And so they were so excited about what the Lord had done in their life, they wanted to make sure and have a chance to testify about it. So let's go ahead. Who wants to be first? We're all going, so let's go quickly. All right, go ahead, Katie. Get it over with. There you go.
I want to start off by thanking God for all that He did in our hearts this week. It was just like a sweet spirit the whole entire week. The first service, He preached on "Come unto me," and that just opened up the floodgates, I guess you could say. And it was just a great week spiritually, and then maybe not so great for some physically, faith. But we did have a really great week, and I want to thank all the church that helped support us in our chili supper and just small donations any way that y'all could help. I really appreciate it, and it made it a very fun week. Thank y'all.
All right. Who's next?
Praise the Lord. Be shy, sisters.
Hello. I was really glad that I got to go and get off work so that I could go to camp. I thought it was my 10th year, but Brianna informed me that it was my 9th, so I have to go again. I have to. Yeah, I'm never going to stop going. I love that camp. My team won again. I think I'm called to lead. I really do. So that was really fun, being a leader again. I'd like to thank the church for all the help that they did to get all of us here. We were the biggest group, and 2 of our group got saved. And I'm really excited to see what the Lord's going to do in their life. Like, right after they got saved, I could see a change. Like, really. Juan was on my team. The first few days, he was kind of crazy. But after he got saved, he was really for the team, and he really helped us win. So just continue praying for us. And the theme of the camp was Rise Up, so I pray that we will rise up and stand strong in our faith for God.
During the week, we always split up into teams and have a team competition. I think that's Mackenzie. I do believe it's Mackenzie's calling to be a team leader. She does a wonderful job with it. But it really is a lot about an attitude, and I appreciate her going. She graduated 2 years ago, a year ago. Anyway, she keeps. We haven't got rid of her yet, but she keeps going with us, and is a real leader with these girls. And I want to say I appreciate her attitude and her spirit in the way that she helps these girls. And it's not just a team game thing. It's the way that she participates in the services and goes down and prays with them. So it's been a real blessing to have her. All right, Mikey, you next. Come on, bud.
It's always best to get it over with soon. I want to thank God for just allowing me to be able to go. I had a really good week. Sadly, this is my last week as a camper, or my last year as a camper, but I'm definitely going to be going back. All the messages were right on point, especially the morning devotions at breakfast. One of them was on how Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they wasn't afraid to stand up for their God. Amen. And that really spoke to me. Amen. And one morning, I think it was Thursday morning, about 5 o'clock, my fan fell off my bed. They were all mad at me for the rest of the week. But other than that, I think it was a successful week. All the messages were right on point. And thank you all for everybody that made donations so we could go.
Amen. I'm a light sleeper at camp. You have to be if you're I'm the only adult in there. And so I'm the light sleeper. I'm trying to, I got my flashlight. I'm like flashing there. And all of a sudden I hear this big bang, like in the middle of the night. I was like, oh no, one of the kids fell off the top bunk. It was just Micah's fan. But and then it starts, it fell off things. I was like, what in the world? And nobody's sleeping. I asked the guys the next morning, did y'all hear that? No, I didn't hear it. I was like, how could you not? I was like, I didn't get to go back to sleep. But I guess the problem with being 40 at camp on those beds is you don't sleep well. But anyway, all right, who'll be next? All right, come on, Faith.
First of all, I just want to say camp crippled my leg, but I still love it. And my team lost, and I sacrificed my life, but whatever. I just want to thank the church for helping us get to go, and thanking the Lord for allowing us to go and hear those amazing messages that really stuck with me. And I pray that I can continue to use those messages and apply them to my life. And I'm thankful that God allowed us to all grow closer there with the youth group and the people from other churches. And I really thank the Lord for that bonfire Thursday night, because just the atmosphere around the bonfire, singing those songs together and the testimonies that we gave, it just really shows what a great environment is up there. And I look at that camp as a home away from home, and I'm just very thankful to get to go there every year. So thank y'all.
It was kind of hard to get Faith to go at first, but now as she's gone to camp the last few years, the whole place just loves her. She's got an infectious kind of personality to her, and you know where she's at all the time. You hear her laugh, and everybody. I mean, it's like there's Faith over there, but it's like everybody just gravitates to her, and I really appreciate her spirit so much. It's a contagious thing. We have a couple of videos. Do we have those ready, Joel? All right, let's go ahead and show one of these. We had two girls that weren't able to be here with us tonight, but they wanted to go ahead and send one. Which one are we showing first? He doesn't know who they are. Okay. All right, this is Casey.
I ended up typing something just because I'm really bad at coming up with stuff off the top of my head. But I just want to start off by saying I really wish I could be there, but I ended up having to work Saturday and Sunday. I just want to thank this church for allowing me to go to this camp. I've grown to love everyone at camp, and I've gotten closer to people I never thought I would have gotten close to, just because we share an interest in our love for the Lord. I've been dealing with a lot personally lately, which I know God or my dad would not have been proud of. Faith is one person who stuck by my side alongside with God through it all. Anyways, this week just took everything off my mind, and it was relieving, but also the preaching this week was eye-opening. I haven't been doing right by God, and the messages that Brother Gasaway preached really made me think. I want to do right by him, and I want God to live inside of me, and it's taught me not to be ashamed of God, not that I have ever been ashamed. I just need to be better at representing a good Christian. I always enjoy going to camp. Besides it being fun, the preaching is amazing, and you just grow closer to people who just want to love the Lord like you do. And yeah.
That's Casey. She wouldn't able to be here. She had to get off work all week and had to work today, but she just graduated from high school, and she had lost her dad a few years ago, and God's just really been doing a work in her heart. And you know what I appreciate about her is that she drives a long ways just to come to church all by herself, has no home support as far as that goes, is coming to church. He's been very faithful to stay through that, and so we appreciate that. All right, who'll be next? All right, come on, Trey.
Well, I'm just thankful that everybody allowed us to go and, always have a fun time. Food's good. Brother Jason ends up going home with a concussion, bruises. Just had a good time. It's really life-changing going there. It's really, you get away from everything. You make good friends, real friends there. And you get to see them, once or twice a year. And it's really just a good time. It's really like a home away from home.
Okay, who'll be next? Cameron, she's already halfway out there.
I didn't cry this year. I would thank the church for the chili supper. You paid for most of it, so thank you. I wish we could stay at camp longer. It's very homey-ish, I guess you could say. My team got 4th place. Me, Faith, and Hayden were on a team, so you can imagine why we got 4th place. Yeah. It's very eye-opening going to camp. Stuff is happening at home. And I just thank all these people behind me because they've helped me so much. I would just like to thank God because I just keep praying that everything will be okay. And it has been right now, but it's just hard. So I'd like to thank all of you, the ones that I'm really close to in here. Randy, Nan, Nikki, my grandparents, my uncles, my aunts. I just thank you because it's been really hard for me and my family. So I just want to say thank you.
God bless you. That's good. Amen. Good.
Cameron's Cameron, for those of you who don't know, Cameron's my niece, and I think she's sort of adopted into our youth group. They live down in Canton and Woodstock and all that, and they go to another church, but they're up here quite a bit, and her and Faith are like sisters almost. It's Becca had the quiet room last year. And then Cameron decided she wanted to be in Becca's room this year, and then Faith shows up, and all of a sudden it's not the quiet room anymore. But really, Cameron has been sort of adopted into our youth group, and we love her and are real proud of her, proud of what the Lord has been doing in her life through camp the last few years. All right, who would be next? You want to go, Trent? Okay.
I allowed the church for letting us go. I flipped the canoe over. But we had a good time. It's better than being at home. That's all.
I was down there at the canoes, all right? These guys are down at the canoes, and they decide they're going to try. Well, actually, the one kid was trying to get Trent out of his canoe because he kept like moving it around, and so they decided they're going to try and switch canoes in the middle of the lake. I'm like, this is not a good idea. I tried to tell him. I was like, guys, come over here, we'll do it. And so he gets in, tips the other canoe. There's water in it, and I can see Trent's just sitting in the back. I mean, his elbows are literally in the water doing this. I was like, oh my goodness, never going to get him home. But anyway, all right, who would be next? All right, Brianna, good.
So I wrote mine down because I'm not that great with words, but first of all, I want to thank God for allowing us to have a good week at Sand Mountain, and the church for allowing us to all go. And I want to thank Miss Rebecca and Brother Jason for allowing me to go as a leader, but about the second day I was there, I decided I was going to be a camper. Every message Brother Gasway preached was great, but his message on Thursday night, he preached about being unashamed. And he said, if you gain the whole world and you lose your soul, what's the point? And he said, he told us that there's a choice that we have to make, and we either have to come unto him or to be with the world, and nothing in this world is better than being with our living God. And my favorite part about camp was just reconnecting with all of the youth group and it was a great atmosphere, and I had a great time. It was my first year at Sand Mountain. The last time I went, we had it at Brother Stephen's church. So I guess I got to go 8 years since Mackenzie went 9, so I got to catch up with her. But yeah, thank you.
I am really thankful for everyone allowing us and getting this opportunity to go to camp, and I get closer with the youth group each year, but I'm thankful for the youth group in general because I struggle with stuff in life, but I'm thankful for Brother Gazaway. He touched me to not live for the world, to serve God and everything I can do, so I'm gonna work harder on that, and I am thankful for faith and being a light in me.
Amen. Amen. Good.
Hi, my name is Juan. I was saved on Wednesday, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for Brother Justin Jason praying for me, having God speaking to me. I was thankful for all the activities. I got closer with all the guys. It was fun.
Good job, Juan. Wednesday night, I think God been dealing with Juan through Vacation Bible School. I know several of you were in his class and teaching. And then Thursday night at Vacation Bible School, I could see God dealing with Juan. And I was just praying he'd get to go to camp with us. I wasn't sure at that point. And he had thought about it, mentioned it and everything. But anyway, I found out Sunday he's going to be able to go, and I was so excited. And he came down on Wednesday, and I got the opportunity, the privilege, just to take the Bible and show him in the Word of God how to be saved. And I asked him after we had went through and we prayed and everything, and I asked him what he just did. And usually people say, I got saved, whatever. And he said, I believed. And that was it. I mean, I thought, man, he really did get it. That's really what it's about, is the fact that he said, I believed. And so I believe he's saved, don't you? I'm so excited about it. And so we're praying for Juan, for his family. We'll see him fall through believer's baptism and just grow in the Lord. And so we're so excited about what God's doing in their family. All right, who will be next? All right, come on, Anna.
I just want to thank the Lord for giving me the opportunity to go to camp, and my parents and all of y'all that made donations and bought tickets for the chili supper. Camp is really a great opportunity for all of us, and I think I can speak for all of us when I say that it's pretty hard to give up our phones for a week, but by about the second or third day, it's like we don't miss them anymore because we're having so much fun. And I just want to thank the Lord for the opportunity to grow closer to my family, because they are my family more than anything. So thank all of y'all for y'all's donations and support.
Yeah, we do take their phones away. That's kind of, I got to pry them out of their hands. Nah, but usually, you ask them. I'll tell them that. It's not a camp rule, it's my rule, because I want them just to be disconnected from that for a week. And, I tell the parents to call me, and some do, and if they need to talk to them. But I think they kind of look forward to it. Some of them will deny that, but it's good to get away from that for a week. They have to be there. I gave them their phones back on Friday so they could take pictures and stuff like that and get contacts. And I said, look, I'm going to give them to you, but I want you to still be here, all right? Be here. And that makes a world of difference sometimes. And so they were there the whole week and got to listen to God's Word, build relationships with people that, they could actually see and touch and all that kind of stuff. And so it's really good. Let's show this other video. Can we do that, Joel? All right, this is Kat. She got to go with us. She lives in Wisconsin. She's been part of our youth group for a while, and they had to move to Wisconsin for family things. They had to move up to Wisconsin. But Brother Derek and Miss Faith met them about halfway. I think they did more than halfway, and brought Kat down so she'd go to camp with us. And I think she had a really good week. She wanted to make sure and have a testimony for her.
Hi, I'm Kat. I would like to thank everybody that made it possible for me to come to Sand Mountain Bible Camp, and I had a great time this week. God really touched my heart in many ways this week, and I really hope I get to come next year, even though I'm all the way in Wisconsin. Thank you, Brother Derek and Miss Faith, who drove all the way to Illinois to come pick me up. And they really helped me through a lot. They've always been there for me, and so has everybody that goes to Whitfield Baptist. So I would like to thank everybody. I'm gonna miss you guys so much. And to everybody that went to camp for me, I'm gone, but I'll miss you guys, and I love all of you.
All right, who'll be next?
My name is Jocelyn. I got saved after Juan did on Thursday.
Amen.
And
Great.
I'm just really glad I went to camp with everybody. I'm really glad that my brother brought me here to this church because I really feel like I'm welcomed here, and camp was really good. The food was good, especially. It was amazing.
Amen. Good job, Jocelyn. We're so proud of her. She got saved it's Thursday night, I believe. I was thinking about the difference that just, one decision that Eddie and Mimi made to come back to church here. Eddie, the first day he was here, he went down, and I got to talk to him at the altar, and he got assurance of his salvation. And they've been faithful ever since then. Started bringing their little brother and sisters, and Camilla got saved in Vacation Bible School the week before, right here. And then the next week, his little brother and his little sister got saved. And so their decision just to come to church has not influenced just them, but their whole family. And man, that's been awesome. I've gotten so much encouragement from that. And man, I really enjoyed meeting Juan and Jocelyn, and I keep calling the wrong names and all this stuff. But man, it's been really just a great to see them come into the youth group and be just so accepted and involved in it already. And so I was so excited about that. All right, who'll be next? Gabriel, you coming?
I would like to thank the church for letting me go for my first year. And what I got out of the message was whenever you accept Jesus Christ as your Savior, you'll accept eternal life. And that's what really got to me at church camp for my first time.
Amen. Good job. Good job. All right, who's next?
That's good.
Well, public speaking's not my favorite thing to do, but here we are. I'd like to say thank you to everybody that made it possible for us to go to camp this year. It was a great experience. And I'll tell you, a week without your phone will give you the best sleep you've ever had. It really will. And Brother Justin Gosway gave a good message on separating yourself as a Christian from the world and getting into the Word. And that really spoke to me, and I'm going to try and make that daily decision every day and choose the Word over the world. And I'd like to say thank you. It was fun.
First of all, I'd like to thank the church for letting us all go, for donating and buying tickets for the chili supper, and all the messages were great, and the food was great, and we all had a good time.
Well, first of all, I want to thank the church for helping us go to camp. I had a lot of fun with all the games and everything, but all the messages that Brother Justin Gazaway preached really spoke to my heart, and I grew a lot closer to God.
Amen. Good job.
Amen.
I want to thank the church for paying to allow me to go. I zip lined for the first time. And I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm like really scared of heights. So once I took the step off of that and it sunk, because you go over the lake or pond. We had a discussion on that. I was really terrified, but the messages were really good. The food was awesome. The food was good too. That was really good. But the best part of the camp was when we had the campfire and everybody was singing, giving testimonies. That's what I enjoyed the most. But I just want to thank everyone for paying and allowing me to go.
Amen. Good job. Good job. Y'all should have seen him up there. I thought I was going to get in trouble. We have this zip line that goes across the lake. It's like this big tower you got to climb up and go across. And I'm like, are you sure that Miss Teresa said y'all could do this? Because if I get home and I get in trouble, I am telling you what, boys. But he got up there. I did not think he was going to go. I did not. He was up there. He was holding on. And I was so proud of him. He stepped off and he went. Now, that first step, his face was like, and I thought it was over. But by that time, you're committed. What can you do, you know? But it was great, and that Thursday night was it was such a blessing. I'm glad that he was there for that. All right, Wesley? Yeah, Wesley, come on.
All right, I'd like to thank the church for paying their part to help us go to camp. I'm thankful for my mom and dad for letting us go, but more importantly, I'm thankful for God giving us all the opportunity and health to be able to go to camp. And before I forget, I just had to mention, when Hayden went on the zip line, me and Trey was down there at the end of it telling him to stop because the line snapped. And his face was scared. I was scared too because, I thought I was going to die. The string was going to snap. But anyways, Brother Justin Gazaway is up there in my top favorite preachers. Every message he preached really spoke to me, and you can tell he's a true man of God. You can tell he stays in prayer and he reads his word, and he's just everything that I look up to as a preacher. And he preaches on some of the things that a lot of people nowadays are scared to talk about, and I really admire that and respect him for that. But God moved through all the services, but he especially moved during the campfire, and like Faith said, it was just the atmosphere. Like, we was looking up at the stars and then the campfire and the lake in front of us, and Caleb was just sitting there playing the guitar, and we was all singing, and it was like a picture-perfect moment, like a Hallmark movie moment, It was a really beautiful moment. I somehow always crack a joke, and I don't mean to. See, I done it again. Anyways, it was a really beautiful moment, and I made a lot of friends. Who says homeschool kids can't make friends? But I did. And I got to talk personally with some of the friends that I made. Some were being convicted that they were called to preach and everything. And just a bunch of kids I got to know personally and their convictions and all that and how God was convicting them. And same for me, I told them things. But I grew more spiritually, and I think Brother Jason is smart for taking our phones away, because when we get up there, all we have is just to saturate in God's word, and we don't have the ability to go on our phones and go on Snapchat, Instagram, and get any piece of that worldly desire in us or anything. It's just God is all we have during that week. And I think that's why we feel the presence of God so much and why we draw so much closer to him, is because we can't have that piece of flesh that always keeps us back. Because I believe if we had that, it would just be like regular church services. Not that it's bad, but it's just we have that lust in us or whatever. But what was I going to say? I should have wrote something. But everything in my life, me being called to preach and everything that I've done for God, it all stems down to my mom. I'm very grateful that God spoke to her and that she had open ears and listened to God when he was telling her to come back to church about 2 years ago. Because it was really hard for me to come back to church, and she would have to force me to come because I didn't want to come. I didn't want no part. But she forced me like a good mom. So thank you, Mom. I'm very grateful for that, because there's no telling what my interest would be and what I'd be wanting to do with my life. But I'm so glad that she brought us to church, and now I'm going to be a preacher and everything. And I'm wrapping up. God gave me the opportunity up at camp to preach, and I preached on What is Your Life out of James. And just to sum it up, it's basically saying that we don't have time to to be so cold and indifferent to a lost and dying world. Our days are just shortening day by day, and we've wasted so much. We need to spend that to God and to reach others and reach the lost, and just truly seeking God, not just at church. So that's my testimony. Thank y'all.
He got to preach on Thursday morning, did a wonderful job preaching. Very proud of him. And it's good to have some young men that want to preach. Amen. And get away from the world. And I think the theme for the week, I would say, was really that Brother Justin kept going back to message after message, was walking with God. And, that's what I want to encourage these young people to do is don't just have that be a week of camp. Don't have that just be a week where your phone's taken away so you'll walk with God. Have that be a daily thing. This world is going to try and bring you down. I mean, that's what's going to happen. But you don't have to. You can walk with God and do it daily. And so Brother Justin was preaching that all week. Did a wonderful job preaching. And I think God really spoke this week and moved in that. All right, let's go ahead and get back to our seats, y'all. That way we got a little video we're going to show. Andrew, can I get a couple of these lights off up here? These right here? All right, we're going to show this video, and then we'll have a special and get right to the preaching.
desire